So, what a thrill. I just want to say God bless America, because only in America could this all happen like this. I didn't have a green card for 12 years, so it's amazing that I should be standing here. Thank you. It's all, I don't know if I should admit that or not, but I always paid my taxes. As everybody knows, it's all about teamwork, and Irish America has a magnificent team. We have Kate Overbeck, who all of you will know. Tara Doherty, a couple of generations removed, but still Irish. Sheila Langan, fantastic deputy editor, and me. We actually have a host of interns who, and all of those girls, they all interned at the magazine before they got their jobs, so we couldn't do it without our interns, so please, round of applause. I especially want to thank the White House team, because they were absolutely amazing to work with. The two Liz's, Sheila Murray, Steve, they were just brilliant, and thank you. Thank you for working with us and making this day happen. Appreciate it. And also the staff of Essex House, Brendan Shire, just our luck to get an Irish American, and all the waiters. I know how hard you work, because I've been there. We're also very pleased to have Fionnuala Flanagan and her husband, Garrett O'Connor, working with us today. And the great writer, Edna O'Brien. Edna, who, as Neil said to Edna, always told the truth, even when it hurt. I'd like to thank the contributors of the magazine, and we have Megan Smolniak here, who did that great piece on Vice President's Roots. And Colin McCann, our National Book Award writer, who gave me that great excerpt from his new book coming up called Transatlantic. And I just found out today that actually, that Colin's book, Let the Great World Spin, has been picked by the high school teachers in Newton, Connecticut, for all their children to read in the aftermath of what happened. So that's a really big deal. And let's give thanks to the ancestors. We honor their memory in every issue that we put out and every event that we put together, and the goodwill of Irish Americans, because there's no way that we should still be publishing after 28 years if it wasn't for the goodwill of Irish Americans and a little help from beyond. I was thinking today, I had a cab driver from West Africa, and we were talking about the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Irish pride and stuff, and I was thinking, well, what is Irish pride, and what does it mean? And to me, it means, I think, it's that little bit of grit that we have inside us, that's in our DNA, that's inherited from those ancestors. It's that little voice that says, it's not getting knocked down that counts, it's the getting up that matters. And God knows we have a history of getting down, getting knocked down, but the fact that we're all here today and we can celebrate this wonderful occasion with the Vice President of the United States means that we've come from a long line of ancestors who refused to quit. So. Our Irish America Hall of Fame is in New Ross, County Wexford. It's alongside the Dunbrody, and I'm so happy to hear you from Wexford, John Fitzpatrick, and you talked about the Dunbrody. It's a sailing ship, a replica of a sailing ship, the original of which ferried thousands of Irish to the New World, to New York and Canada, Quebec. And so it's very appropriate that we be there. And you think, I thought, we know what those ancestors went through during those famine times. But I tell you, it wasn't until I visited and went down into the hold of that famine ship and saw what steerage meant, and saw that a whole family would have to fit in a bunk half the size of this riser for maybe up to 7 weeks to get out to Canada or Grosse Ile or New York. And that's the legacy that they left us. And now I realize what they went through. And as I said, we honor their memory in everything we do. And sometimes I think that actually all of those thousands of Irish that are buried in mass graves in Grosse Ile, in that quarantine station, that island in the St. Lawrence, and all those thousands that were buried at sea, that they just want us to mention their name or just remember them on occasions like this. So I'm glad that so many of our honorees did remember them. And you know what those ancestors would say? Mr. Vice President, I was going to call you Joy from Scranton. Is that okay? and Brian from Boston, and Bob from Brooklyn and Schenectady, and John from Dublin and Wexford and Dublin, they'd say you did good. They would say that maybe the hard times were worth it. I think they would say that. The man who dreamed up that replica of the famine ship, the Dunbrody, is an amazing story in himself, and we are so proud to have him as our partner in our Irish America Hall of Fame. We couldn't have a better place to have our Hall of Fame and a better partner. It brings the story of Irish America from shore to shore. It brings it back to New Ross, where Donald Keogh's ancestor, Michael Keogh, left, and where Jean Kennedy Smith's great-grandfather left from that quay in New Ross. And it's a very, very special place, so I hope you will all go there. You're welcome. We're actually inducting Judy Collins over there on June 22nd, and the Kennedy family will be there to remember the 50th anniversary of President Kennedy's visit, which gave us all such a boost, not just in Ireland, but in Irish America. But without further ado, would you please welcome Sean Reidy, the CEO of the JFK Trust and the manager of the Dunbrody. Thank you.
Thanks, Patricia. I'd first of all, well, Mr. Vice President, Madam Ambassador, Minister O'Dowd and Consul General Noel, I would like to thank Patricia and Niall and all at Irish America for the wonderful work you're doing for Ireland and for Irish Americans. You deserve great credit. On behalf of the JFK Trust, I would like to say how proud we are to acknowledge the extraordinary achievements of today's Hall of Fame inductees at the Dunbrody Famine Emigration History Centre in New Ross, County Wexford. Your portraits and the audiovisual presentations of your life's work will be on display all year round in perpetuity. I would like to offer you all my warmest congratulations. It is very appropriate that the Hall of Fame should be situated in New Ross, adjacent to where the Dunbrody is birthed, because it was on this very quayside 50 years ago that President John Fitzgerald Kennedy spoke on the spot that his great-grandfather had boarded the Dunbrody bound for America 114 years previously during the Great Famine, completing that remarkable journey of famine emigrant to President of the United States in just 3 generations. Indeed, the President's sister Jean completed the same journey on the 30th anniversary of the President's visit to the day, when she performed her first official function as US Ambassador to Ireland at the Kennedy homestead in Dunganstown, New Ross in 1963. She subsequently proved to be a great friend to Ireland and to New Ross and to me, and we thank you, Ambassador, for all you have done. I would also like to recall another remarkable 3-generational full-circle New Ross story. Michael Keogh boarded the Dunbrody in New Ross the same year as Patrick Kennedy to emigrate to America. His great-grandson, Donald Keogh, our first Hall of Fame inductee, returned to America in 2011 to announce a multi-million Coca-Cola investment and hundreds of jobs, a remarkable act of love and affection for the place of his ancestral roots. I would also like to publicly express to Don today and to the Coca-Cola Foundation our gratitude for their generous support for the work we are doing at the Dunbrody Emigration Centre. With their assistance, it is rapidly becoming a must-visit location for all of the 40 million people in the US of Irish extraction. And Mr. Vice President, I would also like to invite you to honour the memory of your great-grandfather and grandmother who left Ireland around the same time as Patrick and Michael. By coming to Ireland and to New Ross during your term of office, we can assure you of the same warm welcome we have given to the Kennedys and the Keoghs. Cogordagus Arish, Gudi, our honorees, agus go raibh míle maith agaibh go léir.